Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing well. We've just got to Sainsbury's, me and Sam. We need a few bits for home and what have you.
Been round, show on the side.
And whilst we're here, we're going to show you what our milk from home supplies Sainsbury's with.
Helps produce. Yeah.
Helps
the
produce.
products that it helps produce. Because Evie's Farm supplies Sainsbury's, and then
Is this your channel?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's my idea, this video. And then after that, we're going to go to the farm and explain what goes into creating the milk that creates the products that you can buy in Sainsbury's, to give you a bit of a better idea of what goes into creating milk. Because it's surprising how many people don't have a clue.
Right, you're showing off now. He is pretty good at this, I'm not going to lie. So yeah, we just walked into Sainsbury's and we're going to show you how the milk that is on the shelves here is made.
Right, what are we having for tea?
Fajitas. So this is a product that we help supply because it's Sainsbury's own, as you can see at the bottom, and it's British, so it's British milk. Sainsbury's own cheese, again, British milk, so that's from our farm.
What could be?
Then we've got cream, which I could live off. British milk. Oh, we even got some sour cream. And then the good stuff.
Which we need.
Sam's got this thing where he won't drink milk from the farm because it gives him the runs.
It doesn't give me the runs.
It does.
I used to drink it all the time, but when you're not used to it, it's a bit. Doesn't agree with you. Right. Anyway, there's obviously the products Evie's just shown you aren't all necessarily Evie's milk from Evie's Farm, but Evie supplies Sainsbury's that could go into milk cartons, it could go into cream, it could go into cheese, whatever they decide to put it in. We don't know.
Yeah.
But that's the context.
Milk is the main ingredient for these things.
Correct.
And us as a farm supplies Sainsbury's. That's what we're trying to say.
Yeah. Right, so now we've shown you what's available in Sainsbury's and what potentially Evie's Farm's milk goes into products-wise. And now, a lot of you have already seen it anyway in previous videos, but in this video we're going to do a compact, start to finish, how a cow can enter Evie's Farm and end up producing milk that then gets taken away in a wagon every single day to end up on your shelves the following day. Alright, stay tuned, we're trying to educate you.
You can so tell that this is Sam's video and not mine.
She's confused, it's a bit surprising. Not. Christ.
So, we're back at the farm now. We've just been to the supermarket and shown you what we can get from there. And now we're back here to show you how we produce our milk. Every farm's different, every farm has a different system and that sort of thing. So we're just showing you what we do here. And first things first is, how does a cow make milk? Right? So first and foremost, you start off as calves, and then they'll grow up to what we call a heifer. So you have a bulling heifer, which is then ready to see the bull. You then inseminate the heifer, or the bull inseminates the heifer. That heifer gets in calf. She then goes through 9 months of gestation. She will then calve down, and from them, like a human, like any woman goes through, it's only when you have given birth do you then start to produce milk. So behind me now and next to me, we are in our dry cow shed at home. These are all on their maternity leave, so at this stage now, these will have 2 months of maternity where they live in here, they chill out, they've got a really nice big comfy bed where they sprawl out, they've got water on tap, they've got the food over there, and a nice brush behind you.
Oh yeah.
So they're in here for 2 months, completely relaxed. You want a cow to be as relaxed as possible, just like any woman. If she was pregnant, you don't want any stress or anything like that. And yeah, we're just waiting for these lot to calve down, so then they go back to the milking parlour. So just in layman terms, a cow, just like any woman, has to be in calf and given birth before she can produce any sort of milk. So your dry cow mix is a lot different to a milking cow mix. Essentially it's a lot drier, there's not as much energy in it. As you can see, there's a lot of straw in here, so it's straw and silo mainly, with a few other bits in there, which doesn't really matter, but it's a lot less energy fueled. They don't need that at the minute because they're not producing any milk. They just need it to keep the weight on, to keep them happy and healthy.
So what must be going on?
Nosy. Right, so once again we're back with some more dry cows. These girls are about 2 weeks off from calving, so we moved them into this building just because it's closer to the house to keep an eye on them. It's closer to the parlour, so when they're ready to go into the parlour it's a lot nearer for them. And when they're down here they also get what we call a nut. So they'll get some nuts in the morning, nuts at the night, and in them nuts are full of vitamins, minerals and other things that they might need up to calving basically. So in a matter of days, them girls in there will then be calving down and giving birth to these little things.
Little rascals.
Little things. You've no milk yet, guys, sorry. They've actually all just been mucked out, so... and they're waiting for the milk. In fact, we've only got one Holstein in here, the rest are blues, but you see the little red one at the back? Yeah. That's the only Holstein. So when I say Holstein, that's the breed of the cow, so she's actually a milk cow, the rest are all beef calves. They're all bred to a British blue. We don't produce any of our own replacements here. We haven't got the space or the field space or anything like that. So we bull everything to a blue, which then gets sold on about 6 to 8 weeks through the auction, and then they'll get raised for meat. So once the cow is calved, we then take them into the parlour, we take off the colostrum and we feed that to the calf to ensure that the calf has had enough colostrum in its system and it's not lacking any. And in case you don't know what colostrum is the first milk that any mammal produces, which every mammal baby needs. It's got all of the goodness in there. It's a really rich, creamy formula. So once we've taken the colostrum off it, the cow will then go into its own pen with a few other new calf cows, where it'll stay in there for about 1 to 2 days, just so we can keep an eye on her, make sure that everything's tickety-boo. And then after that, she then goes and joins the rest of the milking herd, which we're going to go show you now. So we're actually at the middle, well, maybe more the start of milking time. The girls are all getting up out of their beds and heading over into the milking parlour, which is in the far corner of the building. We've recently built a new building, so we're going to go show you up there, show you what the cows have in their houses, and yeah, let's take a look around. So we're up here in our top building, which is empty now because they're all been in to get milked, and as you can see down the side there are rows of cubicles, but ultimately a cow is making milk when she's lying down, relaxing, got a full belly and drinking lots of water, which, fun fact for you, a cow will drink around 80 to 120 litres of water a day, which is a massive amount of water. So as you can see in our buildings, every cow has access to fresh, clean water 24/7, and then over here we have the food trough, where again it's constantly full of food. They get fresh food every single morning, so your cow has got nice, yummy food. So we're now down in the main building with all the cows who are getting eaten. And so this diet, if you compare it to your dry cows, it's full, it's not got as much straw in it, as you can see, and it's full of all sorts in there. Here at our farm as well, we also work with a nutritionist. She's called Emma, and she will take samples of individual things that we put into the diet. So we use silo, so she'll take a sample of the silo, she'll take a sample of the maize, the wheat. She can help fine-tune the diet to keep the girls as healthy and happy as possible, and to be producing milk.
Yay.
So if you haven't already checked out my channel, please head over now and you can find us harvesting maize, chopping grass, and I've also done an in-depth feeding video with my brother who is really involved in the feeding side of things, and it tells you a lot more what goes into the diet and that sort of thing. So I'll make sure you go check it out. So we're in the silo clamp now, which I've got a handful of silage, grass silage, and I've got a handful of maize.
Yep.
And we have a big mixing bowl, as you'd say, on wheels, and we put it all in together, it mix it all up, and that's what you've just seen in the trough. So these girls have already been milked, these lot are waiting to go back into the building. We're going to nip into the parlour now and show you what happens in there. I've done a full video on that, so go over to my channel and check that out. And then we're going to show you how it gets into the tank, and then from there it gets into the shop. Right, so here we are in the milking parlour. This row of girls are getting milked now. As you can see, the clusters are on, the milk's flowing, and it all goes up here, up into the pipework. It's all up above our heads, which then next goes into the dairy. Right, so we're in the dairy now. The pipe's coming out of there into the parlour. It's coming through here, which is the filters, going through the plate cooler, which cools the milk, and then it ends up in the tank. So when the milk comes into the dairy, like I said, it goes through the plate cooler. So your milk's coming in at body temperature around 37.8 degrees, and then by the time it gets to the tank, it's around 6 or 7, and then your tank will further cool it down to 3 degrees.
So I've had to get up because Evie's knee's knackered. Hopefully you'll be able to see in here, milk is pouring. It's not currently because there mustn't be milking inside, but coming out of that tank, coming out of this pipe now, as you can see, into the tank, being mixed and cooled down to 4 or 3 degrees.
So the tank gets filled every single day. We milk twice a day here, so morning and afternoon, and I'm just going to get some milk out of the tank now, which then essentially ends up like this on the shelves for you guys to buy. So there we have it. That's how we make our milk here at Capsules Farm for Sainsbury's for you guys to buy. Chocolate, cream, cheese, milk, ice cream, anything, you name it, that's how it's made. So yeah, cheers!
Try down it.
There's a dog hair in it.
Never bothered you before. That's a good effort. Straight to the bicep. Gains.